Presence is a 2024 supernatural horror thriller written by David Koepp. David Koepp also wrote films such as Mission Impossible, Jurassic Park, and Secret Window. This film is directed by Steven Soderbergh, cinematography by Steven Soderbergh, and it's edited by Steven Soderbergh. The movie runs for 85 minutes long. It had its premiere January 19th, 2024 at the Sundance Film Festival and released January 24th, 2025. It stars Lucy Liu, Julia Fox, Chris Sullivan, and Kalina Liang, and it tells a story about a family who moves into a suburban house and becomes convinced that they're not alone and they're haunted by a supernatural presence. The film does take a while to get going and get into. If you want this film to be a supernatural horror thriller that's in your face with scares, jump scares, and craziness that's happening and ensuing, you're gonna have to wait for that, because this is more so a family dynamic film where it's like a ghost is sitting on and in a family therapy session that he's just looking, or it is just looking over. Steven Soderbergh does a phenomenal job with directing, and not only that, he does a phenomenal job with the cinematography as well. And if you're curious, Soderbergh shot this with a Sony A9 III with a 14mm wide angle lens on a gimbal, and he kind of in a way walked through the house in slippers, where he shot it looking like it was one long continuous take and using mostly natural light. That's what the film has. It's natural lighting. If you go into this as a filmmaker and you want to watch it for the filmmaking aspect, by all means do that, because it's really, really phenomenal how it's done. And from where Steven Soderbergh started in his film career up until now, he's made some amazing films and he's made some not amazing films. This is one of those films from the filmmaking standpoint where it's really, really good. He does close-up shots of Kalina Liang so well. Not only that, the side profile shots where it's looking at an open wide view, really, really good as well. And then when this presence starts taking effect and taking over, lights flickering, things happening in the house, attacking the family members, it's like, oh, okay, what are we going to expect? Are we going to expect shaky cam? Is it paranormal activity? It's none of that. It's really slowed down, and it's like you get that scare of like it's your first person's perspective of a haunting from the spirit's view, which is mind-blowing, because something like this has never been done before. And seeing the names Steven Soderbergh and David Koepp on the marquee and the screen, you're like, this is going to be a fun movie. It is, to a point. Now let's get to the story. The story really, really takes its time to get going. Horror movies now, for the past, I want to say, 5 years, have a pacing problem. It takes a while to get to the point. You rev up the scares, it's slow from a 0 and all the way it notches it up to an 11. This is really, really slow. For a 85-minute film, 85 minutes is the sweet point for a movie. It's below 90 minutes. Studios will go for this, and this is distributed by Neon, the same company that distributed Longlegs. So along with Neon and A24, they are vying for horror supremacy in the entertainment industry. The aspect of what you want is there. But like I said, go into this knowing that this is a very, very slow moving film. You want scares, you're not going to get that. But when you do, you'll be very, very surprised at how it's done, with the originality of it, how the story progresses. And like I said in a few seconds ago, where it's like a spirit is sitting in on a family therapy session. Just things going on within the family dynamic is happening, but then it's not the spirit who's scared or a scary thing. It's the people around us who are more so scary than an actual spirit that you can't see or don't know what's happening or what's going on. The thing is that when you see the actual characters looking in a corner and seeing the spirit, but then the spirit's not there, it's like they're looking at you. And it's like, whoa, it's like you're invasive into the fact where you yourself could be that spirit watching this family go on about their day and not knowing what's going on around them. This is a fun film, but it takes a while to get going. And like I said, it was a great idea. It's just that the execution could have been a little bit more better and more interesting. But for what it is, it's fresh, it's new. I mean, when I heard this was happening, I was like, huh, a haunting from the spirit's perspective with this presence. Okay, can it work? Can it not work? Well, you're just going to have to wait and see to find out for yourself. And if you like a Steven Soderbergh movie, if you like films written by David Koepp, then check this out. It's a quick film, 85 minutes. It's not long at all. Any film that's under 90 minutes is always good to check out. And I advise you to check it out and see for yourself if you like it or you don't like it. For me, Presence gets 3 out of 5 film reels. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Presence. If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the characters? Did you think that it was a good story? Did it take too long to get going? What could you have done different? Did you like the supernatural horror feel to it? Could you have wanted more of the horror feel to it? And did you like the filmmaking aspect to it? And what is your favorite Steven Soderbergh and David Koepp movie? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video.